there was 4,000 people that were trying to get on Fault, or was on Fault, and that was it. Only 4,000. Now that may sound like kind of a good number for a start, but put it in this perspective. There was over 10,000 plus just trying to get into a demo beta for Predecessor. So what I'm getting at is Fault just can't make it. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is the legendary Founding Titan. Sorry for the bad audio, but that was my old video from when I had a very bad setup. But yeah, as I stated in that video, I stated, this was back in December 12th, 2021, that Vault will die. It was destined to be a failure, and almost just about 10 months later, wabam! Vault will be closing on November 1st, 2022. I called it. I called it. It's a miracle what happens when you are completely just ignoring your community, completely just cash cowing everything possible. I wasn't gonna touch this game again. I was done, right? I got kicked from the Discord a while back, like a long time ago, when I made my last Vault video, and I was done with the game. I didn't want to post anything about it, just because I was done. I didn't want to bring popularity into it, so I didn't even review it. But now that I know that the game is certainly dead, I am here to give my review. Fault was never good. It only strived, it only was decent because of what Paragon already offered them. Because you had the Paragon characters, and when you literally load up if you go to the Epic Games launcher and load up Core, you can actually see all the assets of Paragon in there. So you can actually single-handedly make Paragon by yourself, technically. They have all the assets there for you. So Fault, the only reason the gameplay was ever any enjoyable is because it was just thriving off what Paragon had left. But this game is just trash. It was garbage. The management was terrible. The people were terrible. The community was just toxic as hell. It was total garbage throughout the whole series. Like throughout the whole time period of this game, it was just awful. So I yeah, I am so glad to see this happen because they deserved it. They had it coming for a long time. They because it wasn't because that they didn't listen to us. I mean, that was one of the reasons. But that's not what I'm mad about. What I'm mad about is how they treated it. They any logical explanations of why something should be changed or shouldn't, they would backlash you. They would harass you. They would literally be the most they would respond in the most toxic and infuriating way possible. And that's what I hate about them. I hated them for this. It was their support staff that did this. Their devs were just never there. Their developers were just never available to talk to this. They're on in the Discord. They'll talk to each other in the Discord and everything, but they won't have any communicative interactions with any other community at all. Not any posts, no updates, no nothing. They will completely be dead silent all the time. They had a manager, which was Ryan Red, calling out names now, but it is what it is. I don't even give a crap. They had Ryan Red, which is he posted a couple. He'll basically let you know of an update that's coming out, even though by the time he would say anything, the update was already available on your desktop, so you already knew. So he was practically useless. So yes, the management was just terrible. The people were terrible. Like everything about this game was terrible. The beginning of the game was so bad that you literally crashed. Like and you literally crash all the time when it was pre-alpha, which makes sense. But I'm just saying it never started out great. It never started out great, and it never really excelled that far. It only became playable. They added AI mode, which was just terrible because the AI really didn't teach you anything because they were so trash. The AI can literally be beaten by the other AI that you have in your team very easily. It was bad. It was awful. The cards that they had in the game were just completely. It was stupid. The meta, because MOBAs have metas, and this one had the same meta since like the dawn of its release. Literally solo laners would literally put the same exact item in every game. Like it would never change really. But that's not even the biggest thing. The biggest thing is their marketing as well. Their marketing was completely terrible. They had everything obtainable by everything was obtainable. The game itself was $20, but everything in it was obtainable. But instead of doing that system, eventually they just said, fuck it, and let's just screw everyone over by switching that system around. So instead of having the game be purchasable and having the things be obtainable, like the items and skins be obtainable, they would switch it around. They switched it around to where it was free, and everything in that game, everything in the game, you had to pay for. You couldn't actually unlock. I mean, you could technically unlock it. But the thing is, I had 800 hours on it, and I can tell you, I unlocked 3 skins. I unlocked 3. Well, no, like 3 or 4 skins. That's from 800 hours, though. 800 hours. I got 4 skins? Are you kidding me? No. The reason they did that was so they could get a higher team, or sorry, higher player base, so they can milk you even further. That was the whole intention. And now that they have got all their money, they're off. That's it. They're off. They literally just made it free not that long ago. So they realized, well, we can't make any more money off this, so let's just get out of here. That's exactly what they said, basically. I'm so sick of people defending these assholes. These people are terrible. Absolutely fucking terrible, and should not be defended by any means necessary. They are more corrupted than most, like, AAA companies. They really are. Because at least AAA companies, I'm getting a decent game. I'm getting a good game, typically. This is a trash game. Why would you ever pay for this shit? If I could take it all back and just restart, like, to the point where I never even bought the game, that'd be great, because I would love to take that $20 back. I hate this fucking game. I hate the people for it. My money's never coming back. I'm not gonna get my money back for this piece of shit. Which, that's awesome. The people, they had a chance to do great things with this game, and they threw out the fucking window. They have a competition between Overprime and Predecessor, but those games they have the advantage at the moment, or at least they did. Fault always had the advantage only because it was already out before those other 2 games, which means testing games they already were able to test it with the community of what what community they had, at least. Because the people that were there, not that many of them, but the people that were there were hardcore committed to the game. I have to admit myself was included in that for a while. I mean, I have 800 hours in it, so I mean that tells you enough. And the thing is, they did nothing with that. They did nothing with that advantage. Their marketing was just completely terrible. They never did anything with their marketing, and it ultimately just killed them at the end. And I hate it. I'm glad this game is fucking dying, because these people deserve it, because they did nothing for the community. They did nothing for themselves, even, besides make a little bit of money. I hope Epic Games, because I know the Epic Games lended them money for the project, the project, they're gonna be wondering what happened to that money. And I hope Epic Games rips them a new ass. I really do. Um, by I don't know about how or by what means, but I really hope, because all it was a cash cow. That's all it was. Epic Games lended them money just to feed their cash cowness, basically. Because that money didn't go into the game. It didn't. There's no way it fucking did. Um, they released characters so slowly, it just made you want to cry. The cards never changed that much, and like I said, the gameplay got so stale because there's no updates ever. And there's so little people that play against that the only people you're fighting against is already experienced players, which made newcomers just impossible. So, and they had a stupid ass rank system that meant nothing. This game was awful, and I'm so glad. I really am glad, and to see this fall finally. This piece of shit game. I figured I'd go over it only because Fault was part of my channel for a few. Like I made about probably 5 to 10 videos on it, so I figured I might as well come to this this game, one last time to pay my fucking respects. Not that I have any at all, but I'm just basically wailing on this piece of shit because it deserves every bit of it. The people behind it. It would be different if they cared, but they don't. They didn't. And this is the perfect example. They basically said, fuck it, it's too hard. We'll take the money we have now and go. That's what they said. Because I know they have money still. I know they have money still. They just say that it's not going to be... They realize that their game is such a piece of shit that they realize that there's no more potential for making money off this game. So they're closing it down so they don't have to worry about losing anything. That's exactly why. It's always been a cash cow since the get-go. It really has been. I mean, $20 up front for a fucking beta, or actually they released it during the pre-alpha stage? Are you fucking kidding me? The pre-alpha where it's not even playable? You fucking joking, dude? This game is trash. And I don't care what you people think about it. I know there's people defending this piece of shit. I don't see why you would. It's horrible. The people behind it were terrible. They robbed you. They robbed you of your money. They robbed me of my money. They robbed your time and dedication and all for naught. You know, people say Epic Games was so bad, and I'm still mad at Epic Games for not seeing the potential that Paragon had, but I'm over it. I'm over it. Because at least for Paragon's case, I got so much out of it. I got so much out of it. I got so many good friends from it, memories, everything. Fault, I never had any of that. It never brought anything good. It never brought any people that I cared about. It never brought any choice, like any choice that the developers made, I didn't care for. It was just a complete nightmare. The only thing that saved it a little bit for me, that the reason I played it for so long, is because these characters mean a lot to me, and all they did was milk them. That's all they did. And I did have a few good videos where I was really excited because of these new characters, but it's only those characters are only good because they're following the exact same. Because I looked back at Crunch, and he's because I loved Crunch when he first came out, and you know it's only because he's exact replica of Paragon, like all these characters are. Nothing really changed. Nothing really changed with Fault. They just kept the same basic abilities and stats and everything, really, from Paragon. That's the only thing that made it good. That's the only thing that made it enjoyable. Because it's just these characters are amazing just on their own, and even with a shitty foundation, they can still be fun to use. But this is where Fault is dead and no longer gonna be on the channel because, well, it's not gonna be a thing anymore. And like I said, I am glad. I am definitely fucking glad. But at the same time, it just sucks because it just for those I only feel bad for some of the people that were dedicated to it. I say some because people a lot of them were very fucking disgusting in chat, like really disgusting in chat when it came to terms of fucking uh how mean they were to each other, how toxic the entire community was. Just it was awful. It was an awful experience. Um, like I said, it was just the characters. That's all this game had. It was just a parody on characters. Like I said, even with a shitty foundation, these characters are just so good that you can still find enjoyment with them. But I'm over it now. Like I haven't touched Fault since my last video. I don't even know how long that was. I checked back into it when Elder Orb first came out because Poet told me about how ridiculous it became. Because we thought it would become a like we knew it was gonna be free to play, and we knew that microtransactions were gonna be coming into the game because of that. And we thought, well, we might as well check it out and see like if they how much things got microtransactions, you know, because like I said, most of the things in the game were actually earnable by just playing the game. But they changed that to the point that like we thought it would be a slow progression where it would slowly become more microtransactions. No, everything immediately had microtransactions. You had to pay for everything, or you could either do that or grind your ass off, have fun. All right, because even if you had 1,000 hours on it, you'd still get shit. Shit. I mean, I am just so. I'm just so disappointed with the fucking. I'm not surprised, but I'm disappointed that they did nothing with this potential. They had so much of it. They had a lot of potential, but they just did nothing with it besides milk the shit out of it. That's all they did. This is gonna be the end of the rant. I do apologize, but I'm just so glad to see this game finally die. It deserves it completely, and this will be the final closing for the channel for From Fault. It's just the final video for it because it's no longer gonna be a thing. Because, well, you see it right here. That's the reason why. So, for those who did enjoy the old Fault videos, thank you. Uh, but if you only subscribe, I don't know. I mean, Fault has been off the channel for quite a while, so I don't know if you would still. I'm pretty sure you would still stick around just because, well, like I said, Fault's just been off my channel for so long. Uh, I doubt many of you even remember me playing Fault. So really, this isn't even that big of a deal for most of you. I'm assuming, but for those of you that actually subscribed to me when I was playing this game, yeah, this is the final closing of it. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.